Integrating their
Are you going to say integrated sensory?
using their senses so that they have their body awareness and skills to perform exercise, communicate, and play.
Okay. Is it only appropriate for children? Very good. So in your textbook, in the Cole textbook, so in this textbook, there's a whole chapter on sensory models.
Mm.
I am not here to set y'all up for failure. I'm not here to watch you fail. I'm here to help you succeed. So I give you these questions to help set you up for what is to come.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So in this book, there's a whole chapter on sensory models. So we will go over sensory models and how to use sensory models to treat a patient. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Very good.
What's the next one? Number 2. What do you got?
So question 2, you provide optical therapy services on treating patients that get seated, describe interventions that you can provide to help patients who experience hallucination and or delusions and manage their symptoms during occupational therapy group.
So I guess some of the stuff that we kind of came up with were doing maybe like some deep breathing techniques, maybe a little bit of like meditation or guided imagery, and then we also said like maybe having them like focus on some sort of object or to like fidget with to try to like keep their focus on something. And then I guess like being able to recognize that they're having hallucinations, and like know when to ask for help or when to step out into the room.
So of that, the last piece that you said is the most important. Okay. In this textbook, there are multiple charts that talk about treating patients who are experiencing hallucinations and delusions. Multiple charts. When you all listen to my audio lectures, because everybody listen to the syllabus one, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you listen to my audio lectures, I will walk you through exactly which charts to be looking at. Which ones are the most appropriate to look at? Does that mean you don't need to look at the other one? No. But I'm pointing out to you within the tables, within the charts, what are some of the important things to look at. Okay? So when you listen to my audio lectures going forward, which for the most part you'll get an audio lecture just about every week, okay? It will point out to you. Plus, if you look at the Moodle page says reading highlights, or highlights of reading. Okay? And I'll point to you within each of the textbooks things to look at, whether it's a page number, whether it's a paragraph, whether it's a table, whether it's a chart, whether it's a box. Okay? Very good. Good try. All right, number 3.
You are conducting a group for individuals with recently acquired spinal cord injury who now have paraplegia and need to use a wheelchair for mobility. Adjusting to this abrupt change in their lives has been difficult, and group members have developed depression. Several have anger issues as well. While participating in a group, one of the participants says to you, "You really have no idea what it's like to have to face using a wheelchair for the rest of your life. When just a month ago I ran my 6th marathon. Running has been my whole life. It was the way I relieved stress and stayed in shape. I guess that's all over now. What type of therapeutic approach should you take? What types of individual and group interventions might benefit this individual?" Some things that we mentioned, although I think we weren't sure what was meant by the term therapeutic approach, like how specific we needed to be, but we wanted to start by like validating the patient's concerns and saying, no, we don't know what that is like, but if you have had past experiences with paraplegic patients who maybe were also athletic and have gone on to participate in like Special Olympics or other things like that, giving that as an example to help give them hope.
Setting them up in a group of, like Hannah mentioned, there's things that are so specific these days. So at first we've got like people who are paralyzed in a wheelchair who were active, but she mentioned like there's probably a specific group of ex-runners who, so kind of finding like who's actual niche.
So part of what we're going to go over in this class, and we've already started, is talking about what is therapeutic, what is skilled. Okay. We're also going to be going over how to demonstrate empathy. How do you interact with people? How do you speak to your patient? How do you elicit what you want out of them? Pages 76 to 83 in this textbook. Those are different activities that we will go over in class on how to talk to people. How do you respond when somebody says that to you? What do you say when your patient says, I want to kill myself right now? What do you do? Okay? We will be going over stuff like that. Okay? But yes, groups and looking at the groups and looking at activities and looking at things like that. But what do you say immediately? And then how do you set them up for success in a therapeutic intervention style? Because you're not only addressing their physical issue, you also have to address that psychosocial. And I really put that question in there because I really want you all to understand that there's a link between everything you've done all year long, the last 2 semesters, all of this neuro, all of this phys, right? So now coming around to the summer and going over psychosocial, you have to link them together. That's what differentiates us from PTs. And you're talking, I'm talking, y'all are looking at somebody who went to OT school to be a PT, not to be an OT. And I love the profession that I chose. I am so happy that the university I went to did not offer PT, or I would be a PT right now. The Army said, oh, no, boo-boo. You got a scholarship there. You find a major to switch to. And the only major I can switch to is OT. Okay. So I am so glad that I chose this one instead of that one because I appreciate that psychosocial side. What helps to differentiate us? This summer will help you to understand how to differentiate yourselves from PT. Will help you. It's not going to give you everything. It's going to help you. All right, where are we? Number 4?
You are asked to provide consultation services for an individual who lives in a group home. The resident had become dehydrated and inconsistent in taking oral medications. You interview the resident about his or her daily habits and routines and learn that the resident will not drink the tap water in the group home. The resident states, the water is poisoned. They're trying to poison me. If I drink the water, I will die. Identify the psychiatric symptom that is preventing this person from drinking the water. We had said paranoia, delusional.
Delusion is a paranoid delusion.
Yeah. Describe an intervention approach you would use to help the resident hydrate and take prescribed medications. So we kind of thought maybe just like modify the whole activity and instead of addressing the delusional, just say, how about we take our medication or stay hydrated with bottled water or another type of beverage that's not the tap water, that at least so we can get hydrated and get our psychiatric medication
Get the
in
medication
us.
down. Yeah.
Exactly. And explain the importance of this person staying hydrated and taking the prescribed medication. More so with the prescribed medications, I mean, we all know why it's important to stay hydrated versus being dehydrated in terms of healthy, just being healthy. But in terms of the prescribed medication, since he's a psychiatric patient, some of these medications, if we're not taking them, have like very dangerous repercussions.
Okay, so I'm going to flip what you just said, right?
Okay.
If a diabetic doesn't take their medication, is that dangerous repercussion?
Yeah, no.
If a
Right.
patient who has high blood pressure doesn't take their medication, is there dangerous repercussion?
Yeah.
So I say that because I really want you all to not put patients who have a mental illness or have a mental health diagnosis in a different box than you would with somebody who has dementia, who has high blood pressure, who has diabetes. They're all mental. They're all physical. They're all conditions inside. They're all diagnoses. They're all conditions. Some are physical. Some are mental. Some are emotional. Some are cognitive. But they are all diagnoses that have significant repercussions if things are not taken care of. If diet is not looked at, if medications are not looked at, if physical activity is not looked at. Okay? All of those things play a role in every diagnosis that a person. Can I just turn it off again? Every diagnosis that a person has. Okay? But yes, so you want to look at the key to that is the safety, and it is any medication and any dehydration. Okay? Yes, is that safety piece in there? Really looking at the safety of somebody who doesn't take their medication and somebody who doesn't stay hydrated. Very good. Okay? But we will be going over that much more. In your 614 class, you'll learn a lot about the symptoms and the signs related to various mental illnesses and diagnoses and things like that. In this class, we'll go over what do you do with them. Okay, how do you assess them and how do you intervene? Okay? All right, where are we? 5. All right.
You are a home health OT providing services to an elderly client. The client's caregiver reports that the client is having trouble remembering things, sustaining attention, and making decisions. The caregiver reports that the client seems mentally confused and asks whether the symptoms are indicative of dementia. As an OT, you know that there are possible reversible causes of mental confusion. What are the reversible causes of mental confusion that you should consider during your intervention? We said medication side effects, dehydration, poor nutrition, a possible fall, and that caused head trauma that maybe the caregiver doesn't know about, hypoglycemia, and lack of sleep.
And there's one key one that you're missing that's going to be your most common. Absolutely a UTI.
There we go.
Okay. Y'all are going to hear a lot about Momo throughout this semester, throughout this summer. Right? Momo is my grandmother-in-law who came from New Orleans to live here. You're going to learn a lot about Momo. So Momo fell in the bathroom and got stuck literally between the toilet and the tub. And Momo is old school New Orleans. Old school New Orleans. There's no man that's ever going to touch Momo unless she is fully dressed. But she fell off the toilet. So she would not let her son come and get her for being stuck in between the toilet and the tub. So her daughter-in-law tried to come and get her and couldn't get her. She was stuck. So we had to call the ambulance to come and get her. How many EMTs have y'all seen that are female? So some EMTs got punched in the face. They finally got her out and got her in. So Momo went to the hospital. Of course, I was working at Mount Vernon, so she came to my hospital at the time. We got her rehab, we got her good, ready to go to the nursing home. Got her to the nursing home, got her to one of the best nursing homes in Northern Virginia called the Fairfax. And she's in there, and Momo's getting her rehab, and the next day, Momo starts spitting on people, punching people, fighting people. They kicked Momo out of the nursing home. Why do you think she did that so abruptly? She's fine. She was doing her therapy. She's all good. We got her to a female PT and a female OT. She's all good. What do you think happened? UTI. But they wouldn't diagnose it in the nursing home.
Yeah.
They said she had dementia. And that she was crazy. And it took her going to the hospital for them to diagnose her with UTI. So please know, I put that one in there so that you're looking at the fact that don't always quickly go to dementia with somebody who is at a specific age. Other things can be going on.
Professor, how does the UTI do that? I mean, it's sort of a, I should
Because
know
it's an
this.
infection.
It's an infection, so it's like getting to their brains.
Yeah, it doesn't because it
Because I know
doesn't
it
it doesn't
can
make
blow
a
your
chemical change in your brain because it doesn't physiologically change your brain. That's why it's reversible.
Your kidney.
But the way that it changes your your metabolic structure of your body changes a lot of things. It's just like when you get dehydrated, you have this major change. or you don't have a lot of sugar when you're
Right.
sugar addict. Things like that. It's a metabolic change for your life.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. It doesn't last forever, and that's how you know that it's not dementia. There's also delirium. It's ICU delirium. I mean, you can have ICU delirium. You have delirium related to a UTI. You can have delirium related to all these things. That's why it's short term, and that's why that's all reversible. And ICU delirium is huge. But it's your responsibility as OTs to know the difference and to be able to identify the differences between them. That's why I put that question in there.
Yeah.
When will you learn about this? You'll learn about this initially in 614 when you start going over diagnoses. But we will be talking about what to do with it in this class.
Yeah. Question on that question is the caregiver says they think it's dementia. Now, as OTs, you can't diagnose.
Nope.
So we can say, well, you have to, that would have to be diagnosed, but there are other things that can cause this behavior. It could be this, but I'm not a doctor. I mean, we have to be very
Even if you're
careful.
an OTD, you're still not diagnosed.
Exactly. So I think too, on this type of question, you have to be very careful about making sure you're not telling the caregiver, well, they have this, or they don't have this.
Yep. And that's why I said, you ask those probing questions. Are they drinking enough water? Have they been going to the bathroom? You ask the person, does it burn when you pee? How long, you ask the caregiver, how long has this been lasting? What are you seeing? Maybe you need to go talk to the doctor. All that kind of stuff. Yep. Okay, any questions on the MDTOT questions? Yes, no, maybe? We're all crystalline? You're so lying because you haven't learned it yet. So none of y'all are crystalline on any of that stuff.
We're crystal light.
Y'all should be like straight mud. And that's what it's supposed to be because it's day one. Okay? All right. So now let's go into all of y'all's questions. This is where we give y'all the opportunity. For those of you who did not post questions on Moodle, who did not flood my email, who did not flood Dr. PC's email, to ask your questions related to the syllabus and the lab assignment. And I know one of you all does not have a lab assignment. So we will be going into that in just a minute. Okay? So go ahead and pull out whatever syllabus you have, whatever questions that you have. That is what I'm here for now. Textbook questions. I know I have a question about can you use the old version of the textbook. I would say if you want to use the old version of the textbook, this book, old version, which will be purple. This book, but the old version of this book is almost as old as me. And I'm turning 40. So I say no. Okay. Yes.
For the journal post that's due Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
do you want us to upload the worksheets that we've done? Okay.
Yep. So the way the journal entries work is every week you have these journal entries due, right? You're going to either write it out as if your handwriting is neat enough. And I am so anal about handwriting because my mother and my father were both teachers. So if I can't read it, type it up. Okay. You can scan those in, right? Or if you're going to do it in a Word document form, upload them. Your assignments for your journal entries are based off of your lab assignment. So if you had a SOAP note for 1A and an activity analysis for 1B, those are the journal entries that you're uploading for this week. Okay? And as I said in the audio lecture, do I expect your SOAP note to be perfect? No. Do I expect your activity analysis to be perfect? It's week 1. But do I expect you to put some effort into it? Absolutely. Do I expect you to be able to demonstrate the basics that you should be able to demonstrate in your 3rd semester of OT school? Absolutely. Should you be able to do a basic activity analysis? Yes. You're in your 3rd semester. Should you be able to do an S, an O, an A, and a P? Absolutely.
So is there a reflective component that's with it, or is it just this? Okay.
It's just that.
Okay.
You're just doing the two that you have assigned in that lab. The reflective piece will come later. It's another week that you have a reflective assignment and you will get that.
Okay.
Mhm.
So for the activity analysis,
Yes,
for example, it was a group.
yes.
So do we have to pick one person? 'Cause I didn't really.
It's not an occupation-based activity analysis. It's an activity analysis.
So you're talking about the group.
The activity itself, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Can you also clarify for me, I should know this, we should all know it, but when we talk about activity analysis versus occupation-based activity analysis, I think it would be just a good refresher and the context, unless anybody thinks I'm.
Okay, so when you're looking at an occupation-based activity analysis, you're making the activity an occupation. What's making activity an occupation?
It's meaningful.
I'll be honest, the fan is on, I can't hear, plus I just can't.
Yeah,
Function?
Goal directed.
Function, what?
Goal directed.
Goal directed, keep going,
Task oriented.
keep going. An activity can be task oriented. You keep going. Meaningful. So now you're putting in these performance patterns in there.
Okay.
You're talking about the roles, the habits, the meaning to that person. Why? What kind of occupation is this to this person? Because cooking could be an IADL to me, but it can be leisure to Dr. DC. That's the difference between an occupation-based activity analysis and an activity analysis. Activity analysis is breaking down the activity itself, looking at the components of the activity. An occupation-based activity is adding the person to it. And if you look at the two forms, because both forms are posted on Moodle
Yes.
so that you can see the difference, and you can understand the difference.
Yeah.
Okay, we did that on purpose. If you look at the two different forms, you'll see what is in an occupation-based activity that's not in an activity analysis. That answer you?
Yes, it does.
Crystalline?
Crystalline, yeah.
Thank you. All right, what's next?
So if I'm reading the syllabus correctly, the journals are due every Sunday.
Mhm.
Is there any way we could have a little more time?
So the reason that I did not push it into the next week is because in the next week, you start the next week. So if you look at how I started this Monday, you get a lesson, you get an audio lecture, you get a lesson, you get all of this. If I push it back, you will get pushed back. So I'm trying to help you manage your time. Because if I push it into the next week, you're gonna get overloaded by reading. And once you look at how much reading that you have for this class, and 614, because I tried to go off of what somebody talked about it. Professor Holly and Professor Young and I collaborated. So there's a lot of collaboration. So to make sure that you're looking at what your reading load, to look at your assignment load, to look at when things are due,
like
all of that.
analysis.
If we start manipulating it, you're going to get overloaded. I just promise you. It's going, because like she doesn't have all of her stuff due on Sunday. She should have her stuff
But
due on
again, like
Sunday.
you
My
said,
stuff.
your handwriting, you know. I'm probably gonna
I'm
type my.
start there.
Just the handwriting is fine as long as your handwriting is nice.
Yeah.
My handwriting is not
So for
good,
why,
so I'm gonna
why
tell
are, when it says like cardiovascular, is this a specific
For me,
activity
it's
targeted at, or just that like, you need the heart right now too?
if it's all the same.
I can
Yeah.
check that off because,
If you don't have a heart, are you doing that?
no, okay, so, okay.
Because that's the difference between an activity analysis and an occupation-based activity analysis. Because if I was doing an occupation-based activity analysis, I'd be looking at, is this activity still appropriate for this person's cardiovascular abilities? Because now I'm saying, if you have CHF, can you still do this? Or if I'm looking at you and say, you have emphysema, can you still do this? Or how do I need to modify it for you? Because that's why you do an activity analysis. It's an occupation-based activity analysis. Is to identify how do you need to modify it for specific people. Right? Because if I had somebody with CHF, I'm not putting them on the floor to do the woodworking activity. Right? Or if I have children who love to move and play and things like that, I am going to bring a lot of smocks in for those people. Right? Modifying it based off of those people. then I'm doing it. That's occupation-based activity analysis. Yeah.
On Moodle with the boxes, is there a system?
Okay, so the reason that you have the boxes is because I like the boxes because they're called activity completion boxes. They allow you to say, did I do it?
Mm-hmm.
And did I do it to what Professor Simmons and Dr. DC are expecting me to do? Because if you went and you looked at the lesson and you opened it and you closed it, you will not have a box, a checked box. Because you did not spend the amount of time, nor did you complete it. You opened it. And so I'm glad you brought to that. So I look at Moodle. I look at Moodle a lot. I've worked at Trinity since 2014, probably since the initial Moodle stuff came through. I look at the log. So if you come to me and you tell me that you can't figure something out and you spend 3 seconds looking at it, because I can look and see how long you looked at it,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm going to say, so sad. Sorry, click. Go back and look at it again. Figure it out. Okay? I'm going to say, you come to me saying, I did X, Y, and Z. I don't understand why it's not working. And it says that you never even looked at it. Then I'm going to say, you never even looked at it. If you tell me I don't understand how crafts and occupation work together, and I look at, did you look at the video? Did you answer the question? And it says no, then I'm going to say, no, you don't understand because you didn't do the activity to learn it. Okay? Part of the lab is that you learn online and you come ready to do. This is not y'all going to sit here and look at me. That's not how this works. Who's this next?
I have two questions. For the activity analysis, when we're going through like each of the functions, and it says none, minimally challenged, or greatly challenged, are we talking about like this function during this specific activity is challenged, or what we observe like that case study is challenged?
So you're not doing activity analysis on a person. You're doing an activity analysis on the activity. You're not doing an occupation-based activity analysis.
Okay.
You're doing the activity. You're doing an analysis of the activity.
Okay. And also, I know you already mentioned it, but I just want to make sure. When we do the journal entry, you said both of these assignments that we did today were uploading.
Yeah.
But that's only if you were given.
Whichever ones you were given, that's what you're uploading.
Yeah.
In terms of dates, for
Are you looking at the new syllabus or the old? Because I appreciate whoever emailed me. I'll be honest, I don't remember who it was. I changed.
I just clicked on it right now and uploaded it.
Okay, go ahead.
This is one. This is the one I'm talking about. So this one's due August 10th. So on your date, you have project portfolio due August 10th. Is that correct? So for Dr. Young's class, it says we're finishing up the week before, and so
I'm giving you extra time to get it done.
just to pass it in, you don't have to be here. Okay.
Nope, please don't come here.
Thank you.
On the
That is purposely done again to stretch out your time, to give you that time after your final exam to make sure that you're able to wrap everything up and submit it, because that's a big assignment. Okay?
with the questions this week, I had some trouble with I couldn't tell if it was like user error or I wasn't coming up with the exact answer. It kind of was like almost like I felt like it was asking my opinion, and then it didn't like the
Was it the last question?
yeah, and it,
Because it's gonna if it's not right, if it's right, it's just gonna end it. This
okay.
is the last question.
Right, it made me like it kept saying like you need to resubmit. I had to resubmit 10 times like the same answer, and that was just like a glitch. That wasn't like I wasn't coming up with the right answer.
Okay.
It was just kind of like a free
that
type.
was a short answer.
Yeah, it's like a short answer, and it was like you have 9 more attempts, and then I was just I did 10 attempts.
And it never told you the right answer.
It never told me the right answer, and then it was like it wouldn't let me submit unless it was like nope, you need to change your answer. I was like I don't want to change it, I did like a couple times, and then I just copy and pasted. It literally made me do it 10 times until it said like you submitted it.
Okay. I'll look at that one.
Videos, yeah. When I was looking at the highlighted sections and then the notes, the boxes, I could scroll all the way down. So I don't know if it's
had that problem.
You should be. Are you in Internet Explorer? Or are you in?
I had that.
couldn't read the whole note.
Yeah. I had that problem. I
For the
ended up,
comment box.
yeah, I ended up downloading it as a PDF, and then I was able to read, the whole note. So
I don't
yeah,
know
there was
that
some
one.
quirky. That was quirky. I had that problem too.
Yeah, I don't know what that one is. I don't know what that one
Thanks, Sarah. What time is the journal entries due? 11:55 p.m. or?
is. I would say yes,
Okay.
but I will check and see.
Okay.
Anybody else? Real.
No. I may have misread the interface this week. And was anyone posted for next week, or was everything there for this week?
Nope. You have next week is open.
Okay, because I.
So
for
the
me,
way that I
thought
do
maybe
my Moodle is based
misread
off
it.
of topic. So if
Yeah.
you look at the topics where it talks about the
Yeah.
topic, it'll tell you what the topic is,
Yeah.
and that's the topic for that week
Okay.
in this section.
Mhm.
And again, it'll tell you what the learning objectives are for that week. It'll tell you the highlights of your readings for that week. Anything else? Any other Moodle issues? So Moodle for the summer always looks different than it does for a traditional semester. It has to,
Yeah.
because it's a collapsed semester. The summer is a collapsed semester. So I know a lot of you had issues on why does Moodle look different. Because it's not a 16-week semester. It's not an every other week. You need that alternate week meeting that y'all are used to. So it's an every week meeting and it's a shorter time. So the summer always looks different. In any program, whether it's MOT, OTA, nursing, CAS, SPL, any of them, psychology, all of them are different. Any other questions? I was ready too. Okay, so let's talk lab assignments. Okay. So, who is number? I know. Go. Tell me. My numbers got messed up. Who is number one?
Based on this.
Yes. Who is number one? Okay. Okay, number two. Is there no number two? Going once, you're number two. I think that's the one that flew away. Three. Who is number three? Oh, Laura's not here.
Or Larissa. Laura's here.
Okay, who's number four? Five. Oh, you know what? Laura's number three. 'Cause that was a group. She was in the group. So take that back. You're not number three. You're
You're
number.
number two.
I was number 2.
Okay. Who's number five? 6. Seven. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. Turn your name around for me. I'm gonna learn, I promise. 13. 17, 18, 19. Hold it up again, I'm sorry. 20. 20 go. 20 going. God, I'm gonna make you 20. Just to be on the safe side. 21. 22. 23. Okay, so when you look